Yeah, my loyal and fragrant subjects. Please, thank you. Briefly, I hate Mondays. Just hate them. Therefore, I decree from this day forward, there will be no more Mondays.
What?
Got it? Today is Tuesday, then. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And expansion complete.
Okay, well, that was a little faster than I was expecting, but hey, we're here. I keep forgetting that it's not like it doesn't do the. But anyway, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Monday. Or Tuesday, everybody. Happy Monday / Tuesday, D-Dog. Anyway. I was, oh yeah. See, I made an emblem representing. I have been told, oh. Duck there. I don't want to invade people, and I only want to invade the my friends and Matt. I actually have to. I have to do this. Okay, cool. Can I back out? Nope, I can't back out. I have to do this. Great, cool. What is even the point of me doing this right now? Yeah, anyway, welcome back to the stream.
To FOB. Deploying.
I have been told that I should really start listening to the audio, which I guess I can do that here. The cassette tapes. Oh, whoops, hold on.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Map has been updated.
I guess I can't do these here. Cool. Oh, I can turn it freaking.
Be careful down there, boss.
Never mind. I guess that's an extraction thing. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how I can get up there. Gotta get up there. Gotta get in there. That's one. Try the most direct route. See if that works out. Probably won't. I'll probably get spotted almost immediately. I hear footsteps. Yeah, I was told that that the cassette tapes actually have a good amount of the story that I should be listening to, and that what? Hello? Freaking like pushed it to the side or something? What was that? How do I get up there? I genuinely have no idea I'm supposed to get up there.
I don't want to die.
Oh, there were stairs right here. I'm an idiot.
Infiltration successful.
Yeah, sure it was. No. Winner, me. Loser, also me. Yeah, I was told that basically, like, even when I think the story is done, the story is not done. Okay, I don't have to do that. Thank you. Holy cow. Yeah, there's something about the staff. Something that will be noticeable. Yeah, like, I was told a lot of different things, and because of the fact that I haven't reached the point where it's going to start affecting me, whatever it is,
Clouds approaching.
it's going to be kind of difficult for me to figure out what's going on. Yeah, this is the dude I lost the other day, Black Mastiff. Like, that is upsetting. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He was so good. Dude, that was upsetting.
Please select a mission.
2 engineers are being held in the observation post southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. Boss, your mission is to rescue them. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. They were dispatched to the area by an international health organization, but disappeared shortly after. Extract the 2 targets and help them escape the country.
Alright, that's pretty short and simple. Let's do that.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Alrighty. Also, if anybody's on the stream right now, I will be having the first Lethal Company video coming up soon. Be up at 3:30, I believe. 3 or 3:30, one of the two, I don't remember. And if you're watching this when this is uploaded to YouTube, then it was already up yesterday. Even though today is Tuesday. But you know what I mean.
Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. Apparently they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at Nzoya. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place.
Sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why'd they kill you? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a
Oh,
British
just immediately goes to the next one. Okay, cool.
But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Tekeli is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south.
Analysis
Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
Analysis
And Decalia
complete.
sits right on top of it.
Analysis
It does.
complete.
Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Now, last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state, though it's only Turkey that recognizes it.
There
In
you
the
go, this
past,
way.
the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America. They all had their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this...
Boss, an enemy squad is on its way to the guard post.
Build up grudges.
Watch yourself.
Without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames. And then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different.
I really hope this is a path I can take. Also, I'm upset that it doesn't pause the cassette tape that's playing when somebody's talking to me over the radio.
We're changing ships?
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal. When did they reopen it?
Not long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? We're going to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan, Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
We continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. They'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons. Then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It'll be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
You need to help her.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes, the United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
Analysis complete.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won him the presidency in a landslide. According to him, the Soviet Union's an evil empire.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes. Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side, President Sadat, was assassinated afterward. Apparently, his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs.
Islamic extremists?
Yes, fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years. We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage, and suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 soldiers stationed there. Countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men, they've pulled their forces out, handing private forces a golden opportunity.
Private forces.
Small armies with no national affiliation, working for the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you.
Target extracted. Now extract the remaining target.
Miller's organization is just one of many PFs
I'm
now.
pretty good right now.
The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now. But this is where the hard stuff begins.
You don't please get out of the way.
1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others. Those who needed military force.
Please?
The reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client.
Where the heck did they go?
Job he was offering.
Where did they go? I swear they turned like
Snake,
backward.
talk to me! Snake! Snake!
Am I crazy? Did they not just like go like do a U-turn?
Your objective is to rescue the 2 targets. Counting on you, boss.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes, the United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
that's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won him the presidency in a landslide. According to him, the Soviet Union's an evil empire.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon,
Hello?
the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes.
Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side, President Sadat, was assassinated afterward. Apparently, his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs. Islamic extremists?
Yes, fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years.
We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage. Suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 foreign soldiers stationed there have been killed.
The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men, they've
All right, target extracted. Now extract the remaining target.
Private forces.
Small armies with no national affiliation, working for the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother they began spreading to meet the soaring demand. Miller's organization is just one of many PFs now. The entire world is after you.
Why?
It needs you to. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do
Oh my word.
is as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work.
He's coming too. Roger that.
You would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. But the reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The mother base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. The international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You're just too damn successful for your own good.
Analysis complete.
You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you.
Complete.
East, west, first world, third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF.
You gotta extract him.
They're an anti-terror unit under the CIA.
It's grabbing everything.
In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolution.
He's coming too. Roger that.
A mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down.
You need to help her.
Underestimate.
XOF. Kisses and hugs followed by a big F you. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist.
Amazing, boss. Getting both prisoners out in that situation. Great work. Now exfiltrate.
Please?
Opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. They checked the coordinates again and again, until reality finally settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. There was a woman named Eva who arranged that.
Extraction
Eva?
Rings a bell,
base.
Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Your Snake
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well.
Alright, well, I mean, that was a little bit of a struggle there, but thankfully I was able to kind of put these
Amazing.
things
Mission
out
complete.
there.
That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
That was an S. Alright. Man, really? The fact that it's time-based and not skill-based is really surprising. That's what the S stands for! Surprise! Oh, excuse me.
placed the 2 targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examined the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English was one of them.
Silent crocodile.
Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
I just left! What are you talking about?
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
Oh, what the heck?
What's the matter?
Oh, it's just quiet. He's a Reddit user. He's scared of women.
Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand!
Hold her still. Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tight security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
Okay.
Boss, about Eli. I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Okay, as I was going to say, I get why they called you back, just like for the sake of getting that cutscene, which is clearly going to have some, like, implication for something later. Possibly something to do with that guy, whatever Vamp was telling me about connection, which so far now I have it as at least somebody that can speak English, is white male with brown hair. That me? I'm the problem. The only other thing is that clearly there was some like issue beforehand, so I don't know what's going on there. Guys still probably will end up having better teeth than me anyway. Yeah, I don't get why they had to insult my hygiene. That did not seem necessary.
Please select a mission.
Oh right, I have to call in the helicopter. I have to call P-Quad.
Please select a landing zone.
Roger. This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
For now, plan on staying.
Glad to hear it. Looking forward to working.
Same here.
My guys are getting along. My guys and girls.
This is P-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Even name drop the project too for Liquid. So yeah, that is absolutely Liquid. Okay. How am I not like how am I not infinite, like being the worst? Because literally I just started. Oh yeah, I should check the combat deployments. I haven't done that for a bit.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Oh, yikes. 79 versus... He's just getting lower and lower. Alright, well, I guess 2 at a time is fine. I don't want to keep losing people. What relationships can I... Is this just the PF thing? See all my friends.
Please select a mission.
Boss, this contract comes from the Mbeli rebel militants. That's right.
I just realized I didn't hit record.
General's fighters. Recently, one of their child soldier platoons staged an insurrection and split from the main group. Thing is, they took a hostage with them. The general's brother, his number 2. The contract is to extract both that prisoner and the leader of the renegade platoon. The message reads, "I love my brother. You must bring him back to me alive." It also says this about the leader of the child soldiers. He is an excellent soldier. I want to persuade him to rejoin the ranks of the righteous. Sounds a little too forgiving for the man who ordered those kids dead at the mine. I wonder what kind of persuasion the general has in store. With that in mind, here are your objectives. First, rescue and return the General's number 2 as requested. Second, extract the renegade leader, and we'll keep him at Mother Base. In other words, extract both targets out of the region. Good luck, boss.
Great.
Mission accepted.
More kids.
Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Awesome. Cool. My favorite thing in this game. Children. I'm true, very vengeful. There's an E vengeful.
Your mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
Here, Snake, try this on. A prosthetic arm. Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think? Huh. I can still feel my real arm. Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain? Every now and then. Where? My fingertips. My left fingertips. Sounds like phantom pain.
He said
Your brain
it.
still remembers your old hand. Yeah. What about your vision? Can you see okay? Yeah, at the moment. Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex. Yeah, the doctor mentioned that. Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, and not see things as they really are. You experience any of that? I think so. When? Right after I wake up. Colors look faded. Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that. I will. All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get.
Oh, so that's probably why my aim is absolute garbage.
Caution, rain approaching.
Yeah, it's not my fault, it's a game mechanic. Okay. There's no way it's just kids, there's gotta be more. There's one, alright.
Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
Oh, there.
Marker placed.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. That is a high vantage point. How do I get up there, though? That's the real push.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Relax, dude. As long as we don't bother them, they won't bother us. Okay, yeah, this is easy to get up here.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh yeah, I should probably start playing other cassettes.
Osla, I hear they started calling you Shalashaska in Afghanistan. What's that about?
Here he is, the commander. Extract him.
For a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with a type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting.
Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2.
They leave.
Get him out of there, boss.
That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept that's taken shape in their heads. Group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right.
Right, I don't think the kids are scared enough to be held hostage.
So anyway, at some point the enemy started calling me Sharashka. This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most. No real cause for it. I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride.
And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps.
But the more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me?
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up being pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield, and that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword, a type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carried them into battle. Now, the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller. His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's Greatest Shashka.
Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Using the name amongst themselves. By the time I got to hearing about it, the pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So half Gulag, half Hero Sword. It was a perfect fit.
But you see how
Boss,
rumors...
another child soldier has entered the village. Must have been out on patrol. Looks like they had more than one patrol out. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Jeez.
And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
Forgot about the rain being literally right there. Make sure that they're marked on the map. He's wearing a helmet. It's smart. Give him that much. Smarter than me. But that's not saying much. It's still raining. Why can't I extract you? Why can't I extract you? Can I, like, tell him to follow me or something?
Pangia, General Yabakala.
I don't even know what I'm doing at this point.
Kilumbu, Mosi, Tata Yabankaka, Namono, Telaka Mono, Mambu, General Salaka. Bantu Yabuta, Yambele, Etinkaka Mosi, Beto Noso, Kebampangi.
This is so stupid. This is probably not at all what you're supposed to do. I'm probably making this way more complicated than it needs to be.
Bantu Yabuta, Yambele, Etinkaka.
The map has been updated.
Why was the map updated?
The map has been updated.
What the heck is going on? Why can't... I can kind of understand not being able to extract the kid. Oh wait, I'm totally supposed to... I'm an idiot. I really hope I can call in a helicopter somewhere close by.
Bantu Yabuta,
I just now
Yambele.
realized what I think I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to call a helicopter for extraction. I'm dumb. Why do I keep forgetting that I can do that? Why do I keep forgetting that the helicopter is a thing?
Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter requested.
No. Battle truck this. Oh. Oh. Alright, you should be safe there. You just chill there, dude. I'm gonna take this kid. That's bad out of context. I'm gonna fix the camera real quick for a second. Just nudge. Alright, there we go. Because he's fine. He's not going to go anywhere, right? He'll just chill there. The kid, if he wakes up, then I'm going to have to infiltrate again, and I don't want to do that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Shortly at
faulting this guy, or is that still a no?
Support helicopter has arrived.
Okay, I can fault in this guy.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay, subject is in.
Oh, what he was doing just standing out there, but I mean, hey, he had some good stats it looked like, so I'm like, why not, right? Yep, still can't fault in you. Okay, cool. Well, now that I know exactly where the extract point is, I'm just gonna go around there now. Hopefully not getting spotted at the same time.
Kaka mosi beto nyonso ke bampangi atampidina ya ikentango ya kuvutuka diaka ni mave menga ke kilo kutamasa kutulambi nambi ke kilo menga.
Don't see me, don't see me, just don't see me. Oh, okay. Thankfully, the wild coyotes over there are a good marker of where I actually really need to go.
Please select a support helicopter requested.
Can't wait to see what that guy's stats are gonna be. It'd be nice.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Donkeys. 4 donkeys. Wait. What? Hello? Is that just a glitch? Or is there a donkey that has some really good stats?
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Not seeing any other prisoners.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. You completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Mission info has been updated.
Gaining altitude.
It's probably been pretty loud in comparison to my voice. Wow, okay, I'm not even... Hello! Wow, that does not even go up to yellow. Why can't I adjust the thing here? Okay, well, whatever.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss.
Mother Base.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
I can't adjust my audio. That's a problem. Cool. Thanks, Streamlabs. Always know how to do it best. I don't even know how much of that is even coming through. Oh, excuse me. It's always something. Always something with these applications that are causing problems.
Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care.
Dang. Quarantine platform has been constructed. Okay. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, Brass Squirrel. Ashen Stallion. That is a name. You're a troublemaker. You're unsanitary. Are you the dude that I literally just picked up? Are you the freaking number 2, number 200, dude? Fire, what is up with all these troublemakers? Dude, what the heck? Why are you having problems?
Emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Okay, well, that's not good. Good thing we got that quarantine zone at the ready.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a sparganum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Ross, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid.
It's already open. Okay, so this is probably what Ben was talking about.
Staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Okay, so This has absolutely got to be what Vamp was talking about. Okay, so based on language, they definitely all at least speak Congo. Any other similarities? Alright, let's check for English. Well, I guess that one doesn't really help because everybody speaks English. Alright, French. Okay, not French. Russian. Okay, Russian. Afrikaans. Yeah, no. Okay, so Congo and Russian, the similarity that all of these guys have. I don't think it was anything with stats, was it? No, definitely not stats, because everybody else would match with this except for Striking Harrier. Okay. Now the question is, if it's based on this, is it Congo, Russian, or both? Or am I looking at this wrong, I wonder? Okay. Okay, so my theory now, it has to either be language based on Kakongo or Russian, which if that's the case, what would it be? What language is Kakongo? Like, where does that originate from? Oh, Congo. Okay, that would make sense. Okay. If that is the case, then I might be wrong though. The fact that it's both of these makes me think it's both language. Like, what if it's people that can speak both? How many people are like that? Okay, Doom's fine. You can speak Congo. I really hope you don't get infected because you have really good stats. Okay, you should be fine. Oh, you've got A pluses, but you speak Congo, okay. You speak Russian. Russian. It's gonna be really funny when it turns out it has nothing to do with the languages spoken. Yeah, that's Russian. Okay, you should be safe. Russian. Oh, you don't even speak any English. So English is an option then. It can be possible that it is spread through people that speak English as well. And if that's the case, it is absolutely a doomed situation. Actually, let's see. I'm assuming all these guys speak English. There are dots. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Like, is that a fluency thing? How would I measure it? Would 1 be best or 3 be best? Okay, let me go to somebody that only has one language. I know there's gotta be somebody. Okay, Mosquito. He has 3, so that's making me assume that fluency is 3 dots. Okay, so let's base this off of dots. Congo dots 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay, so what about Russian? 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay. I don't know if it has to do with the dots. I don't know if it has to do with the level of fluency. But I'm definitely leaning more towards Russian if it is based on fluency. This is a big series of ifs right now on who can get this, because I could be very far off right now. Because it could easily just be if you have like if you speak English, like English is your like 3 star 3 dot whatever, and then you like can barely speak conversational like Russian with like 1. Would that count? Like is that the case? Even though none of these guys have 1 with Russian. But there are people that have fluency in Russian. Oh geez, my stomach is going nuts. How long have I been going for an hour? Do I want to call here and eat food? But part of me kind of wants to keep thinking on this. I'm gonna look through just maybe it's a physical thing. It's not based on whatever that diamond dog logo is supposed to be. That guy looks derpy. My strongest theory is it has to do with either Russian or Congo. The worst thing is about this is that I kind of feel like I can't decide because it's, even though that's like 2 major things, they all have it, and it's like, but I don't know which one, or if it is both. Because if it's both, then a lot of these people are safe. But if it's one or the other, I can't base that decision clearly. You guys are getting my thought processes pretty clearly right now, even though again I can't adjust my audio, so I don't even know how much of this is coming through. Because Streamlabs is constantly busted for no good reason. Okay. I definitely think it has something to do with voice. If it's literally the same, like, or so pus sacs that are constantly being made, and the only thing about that was, like, the thing in the throat with the voice waves, it has to be language. That has to be it. The question is, what was the language? Do I have... Wait, hold on. Can't do that.
Someone else has turned symptomatic. The staff member's been moved to quarantine, but at this rate we're going to lose everybody. Find out what's causing this and quarantine the infected.
Okay. Let's see. Russian. Okay, so it isn't like at least that. Russian. Go Russian. I'll go Russian. I'll go Russian. I'll go Russian. Russian. It's Kakongo. It's absolutely Kakongo. No, there's so many good people though. Why do you have a medal? You vegan? But that's the thing, like, what's the point of putting people in there if I'm going to lose them anyway?
Caution, rain.
But it is absolutely Kakongo. Oh, what did he say the reason for even doing this was? Just because to avoid spreading?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Staff has been
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Congo, gotta see if there's anybody else with that. Because that's the thing, like,
Select unit.
if it's only going to infect people that speak Congo.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been
I
quarantined.
can't wait for this to be absolutely incorrect.
We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
I wish I could just, like, say I think it's people that speak Congo.
Select unit.
Okay.
Staff has
That's
been
just what it
quarantined.
does.
Select unit. Staff
Alright.
has been
We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Staff has been
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Staff
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined.
So many freaking people I'm gonna have to go through right now. Oh, Miller can speak Spanish.
Select unit. Staff has been select unit. Staff has been
Alright.
select
We'll
unit.
quarantine the staff you specified.
Quarantined.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Has been
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Has been select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit.
I hope you guys are enjoying those riveting gameplay of me just being like, ooh,
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been select unit. Staff
Alright.
has been
We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
has been
Did
quarantined.
you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been select unit.
I hate the fact that I'm putting so many people away right now.
Staff you specified.
Quarantine.
Did
Select.
you figure
Wait,
out
was
what's
this guy?
causing the
Oh, no, it was
infection?
Russian.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff
Alright.
has been
We'll
quarantined.
quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
I might have to... Honestly, after this, if I get a chance to talk to Vamp again, I'm probably going to ask him if this is what it is.
Staff you specified.
Unit.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Honestly, the fact that he did tell me that there was something to look out for
Did you figure out what's causing
probably
the infection?
did help me, even though, again, Ocelot told me that there was something that they all had in common. I probably would not have gotten it if Bam didn't help me with like at least hinting.
Select unit. Staff.
So I got to appreciate that. Thank you for that at least.
Quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
I really wish I could just have like a thing of dialogue to tell him, hey, I think people that speak Kakongo.
We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing
I'm just double checking to make sure there's nobody else I missed in here. There's a good amount. Cool.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright.
It was that. Oh, that was Russian. Okay.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Oh, jeez. Amber Fox really going all in.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been
quarantine the staff you specified.
Oh, look at this nerd. He's going in.
Causing the infection?
Has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select
Dude, there's gonna be like over 100 people in here.
Quarantine the staff you specified.
Select
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Quarantine the
This guy doesn't speak apparently.
Did you figure out
This guy doesn't speak, but he's a diplomat. Dude, that's freaking cool. This dude right here is like the coolest dude ever right now, and like the staff. That's awesome.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
He doesn't speak, but he's a diplomat, and he looks like the grizzled veteran type of guy that you'd love to have in your squad.
Figure out what's causing the infection?
Quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been
Yeah, we're absolutely breaking 100.
Staff
Alright. Quarantine the staff you specified.
has been quarantined.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
No, green tree frog!
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Staff has
Did you figure out what's
Dude, is
causing the infection?
everyone from my security team going here? Nope, okay.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Look at this sneeze.
We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Unit.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Quarantine. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Unit.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Oh, I think this just means this guy's dead. Is that what that stands for? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Or maybe that's like the guy on an assignment. I can't change this guy's location right now. I think that just means assignment or dead. I'll have to double check. Actually, based on the fact of how many X's there are, maybe dead? No.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Oh.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined.
Yeah, with how many X's there are, this is absolutely people that are dead.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined. Clouds approaching.
Death by disease. Oh, so these guys must have succumbed to the spores. Okay. So I'm gonna do one last look through to see if there's any Kakongo I missed. Obviously not including the dead people. And I'm gonna need to double check either way, just in case. Dude, like, that's so few people. Dude, I hope Green Tree Frog makes it. Oh, yep, I missed him.
Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Silent Basilisk. I'm getting some favorites here. I think we're going to be okay now. Wonder why it's specifically Kakongo. I wonder if I had a Kakongo translator, I would have been able to understand what was being said on there, and that would have been like a little hinted detail, which is very Kojima to have done if that is the case. Because that's the thing, I think I have, or did I even need a Russian translator? Because I think Snake speaks Russian. Oh, Doom Badger does speak Kondo. You're injured. Probably going to die, but I don't want to risk it.
Staff has been quarantined.
Alright. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Dude, like, half of the guys in the brig right now could speak Congo. And one of them's a surgeon! Why? Oh, what?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
Do you guys have all put in already, or?
Staff has been quarantined.
Hang on, let me.
Select
Okay, I think these are all guys. Yeah, these are all guys. I'm blind, guys. Just letting you know that. Just double checking here because these are the guys that I can send out. Okay.
Incredible, boss. Thanks to you, the number of new victims has plummeted. And the common point between the infected, is it really possible for a disease to spread because of that?
I don't know, man. Why are you telling me to go back in here? I literally went through everybody.
Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shivani and the others to Nzoya Badiabulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Honestly, after that entire, like, reassignment of everybody, basically, I'm calling it there. I am starving. But, yeah, based on the way that it sounded, I'm pretty sure it was Ocelot talking. I think it's Kakongo. I'm 90% sure it's anybody that speaks Kakongo. I hope I'm also pronouncing that correctly. I've probably been mispronouncing it. entire time. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully on Wednesday, I can actually adjust audio, because I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, thanks for checking that out today for the stream. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll be back on Wednesday. Alright, take us away, Garfield.
Yeah, my loyal and fragrant subjects. Please, thank you. Briefly, I hate Mondays. Hate them. Therefore, I decree from this day forward, there will be no more Mondays.
What?
Got it? Today is Tuesday, then. Happy Tuesday, everybody.